Move my phone. Here we go. Gilbert versus Kwame Brown, part 25,000.
Being honest, man, they might as well just get it over with. Get in the ring, man. Play flag football against each other or something. If nobody want to get hurt.
I don't think Gil wants them problems, bro.
Man, have a Connect Four contest, man. Come on, man. Ain't nobody gonna hurt each other, man. Let's all. I know me, man. I'll be 47 next month. Listen, man. We know when they gonna go there. Like I said, man, have a fencing fight or something. When you know when they got the bumblebee, they got the bee suit on. Like, Lord
Dumb
have
wrestling
mercy,
match.
man.
Yeah, man. I don't even know how to. And you know, Carsino's been around on the YouTube thing forever. It's just like, you know, he's been around every single situation ever in the history. He's the Forrest Gump of YouTube, allegedly.
Oh, he's a nut too. Yeah, he's a nut too. Lord have mercy.
Hold on, this Fish that might be Fish's cousin. They've been everywhere.
Yeah, Carsino. Woo. Them dudes there is crazy, man. That whole triangle, man. Gilbert, Carsino, Kwame, sometimes Ticket TV. Whoo. Lord have mercy.
It's a damn it's a damn hood convention in there, man. Who's in it? Michael Morse, what's going on? Pull up 76ers. Pull up podcast. What's going on, man? Beaming Boy. What's going on, man? Time to get this show started. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Fish said, wait, what? Don't involve me in that. Yo, Fish, my bad, Fish. My bad, Fish. Don't check don't run down on my resume, please. You know why, you know that.
Oh, ball suckers. Y'all know the deal. Chap step. Come on, man. Y'all know the deal. We in the building.
I'm not posting that one, Fish. Shout out to the Yankees, man. Sick of y'all. Sick of Dime Dropper. Now he's dropping the hour-long video. I've been a lifelong Dodgers fan. Stop.
I mean, New York, LA gets no better.
At all. Soto got it popping.
Judge against Shatani. Listen, everything is there. And this is what you want in sports. You want, the best to go against the best. I'm sorry. You want the parity. You want the hype. You want the big stars. And this, to me, same thing with big shout out to the Liberty. That's what you want. Championship game, going to overtime. Good calls, bad calls, controversy. This is what you want. You see what the Lynx coach said? They stole that from us.
Woo.
So now, hopefully,
oh boy, ain't they so spicy over there? I kind of like the WNBA drama, WWE out there.
Lynx coach got a point, but let me say,
of course she does.
You always need some home cooking. That's what being home is for. Be a better. Go ahead.
Oh boy, did you see the Texas-Georgia game on Saturday?
Nah.
Yo, they called, I forgot what it was, either a pass interference or something, and it was the wrong call. The crowd went bananas, threw all the sodas into the field. They had to stop play for like 15 minutes, and after play finished, all of a sudden, the referees reversed the call.
Wow.
Yo, in real time, we were like, yo, hold on. That's some wrestling shit. Wow. Did that happen in the Liberty game on yesterday?
Well, that didn't happen, but when they kept showing the replay, now she did get lightly bumped. But once again, that's what sports is. And my thing is, it went into overtime. You still had an opportunity to win. So for me, hopefully that adds fuel to the Lynx fire, and hopefully we get a rematch. in the finals next season. But that was a hell of a game. Like I said, them games was close, tight knit, back and forth. Great game, great game. So Liberty's, champions. What he said.
Earl Hebner repping out there.
Liberty is champions. Yankees is in the finals. Tomorrow the season start with our Knicks versus our nemesis. Listen, man, New York is on fire right now. Aaron Rodgers is dirt. Giants, dirt. Come on. Can't get no better than this for New York.
Mets gave it a shot. Yo, Sporting Page, what you know about Nick Patrick, the NWO referee? I just watched the Vince McMahon documentary, AllBall. I recommend it, highly recommend it. A lot of stuff I already knew being like a wrestling nut, but there was a bunch of stuff that was like, yo, he was wild. Vince McMahon was wild.
Vince McMahon was a beast.
Yeah, I knew about the relationship with his husband, his pops and everything, but the way he was taught, like just to get into the mind of Vince McMahon, the way he's sitting there. The one tidbit when he asked him, like, yo, what you thinking about right now? He goes, thinking about whatever I'm gonna tell you in this interview. He said, anything else? He goes, well, I usually have like 2 computers in my brain, and one of them is focused on what we're talking about. He goes, okay, so what's the other one focused on? He goes, it involves a lot of sexual pleasures. He's just going bananas.
Listen, he his troubles off the field, but the way he reinvented wrestling,
sports.
Listen, man, right? I don't see nobody better. Like, because they was in the mud, and the way they got reinvented, and now it's still as big as ever. Listen, man, you gotta salute some of these guys, man, that they don't, because they could easily bow out gracefully. They got enough money, got enough recognition, and it's easy to be like, I don't want to go along with the times. Listen, man, that's why I say when social media is utilized right, it can change your life. And the way Vince McMahon kept up and reinvented himself with that wrestling, and it's like they never fell off. And then now you see, is it a coincidence? Look how big women is in hip hop. Look at the ladies in wrestling today. They the stars now. You know what I'm saying? And that's not coincidentally. Come on, that's being smart, having smart people around you on your team and seeing where things is going. And now you got females in there that listen. Lord have mercy. It's like the WNBA. They looking like the women. Sexy, cute. But remember, back in the days, the wrestling women, they was looking like men.
Yeah.
China, like, you get what I'm trying to say? No, seriously.
It's a big deal. That was gonna be part of my.
Ladies now, you see them ladies now in wrestling?
Amazing, gorgeous.
So yeah, so big.
And it took a while to get there, but they talked about that. But see, yeah, that's what it is. Like Angel Reese to me is like single-handedly changing not by herself, because the whole LA Sparks team looks like a bunch of models, like supermodel. They look. Cameron Brink looks like a supermodel. All of them, Lexi Brown, that be on Gilbert Arenas team. She's a pretty young girl, and if they get the other, like they just look amazing. Far from what they used to look like when we were, when it first came out. And yeah, I love it. Just because now you opening it up to everybody. Anybody can relate to a pretty girl. I don't care who you are. We don't care about what your preference. None of that. We're not talking about none of that. We're talking about a show. This is the show. You play basketball. Some of them be married to each other on the same team. Congrats. Put the show on, please, and put that nice little thing on for us. Not just the gentlemen, the women friends too. Yo, is Lexi Brown D Brown's daughter? I have no idea. I'll Google it though. But I also was gonna say, Angel Reese. What else was I thinking of? Damn it, I forgot. We brought the Sparks. The Sparks play in LA though. Go ahead.
Let's get to the topic, baby.
Yeah. Brought up the Sparks. She plays out of LA, right? Los Angeles Sparks. And that's what I was gonna say. That's why you hate the word influencer when it comes from Vince McMahon. Because Vince McMahon is a true influencer in the game. That's why you were offended when you say Bronny's an influencer, huh? Well, Bronny plays for the Lakers. And the Lakers play in the same town as the Clippers. What a transition. I had to cross 3 roads on this one. But the Clippers AllBall asked me earlier, what the hell are they gonna do? What is going on in La La Land? It's up in smoke for the Lakers and the Clippers. I have a clip here, no pun intended, from Terrence Mann on what he believes in this Clippers team.
Do you see this team as being one of the better defensive teams you've been on since you've been here?
I think it's the best defensive team I've ever been on in my life. So I'm excited.
Really, what's making it so good?
I just think everybody's ability to guard the ball one-on-one, everybody's ability to scrap, help. People's knack for stealing the ball, getting their hands, deflections. So it's easily the top two, probably one defensive team I've ever been on.
So when you guys play the Suns, you guys get to be challenged by.
That's a perfect challenge, man. That's a perfect challenge. You know, a team like that is real offensive savvy. So we're excited for the challenge.
We've seen a lot of that in recent years, even in the playoffs. Do you feel like there's anything you've learned from those matchups when it comes to guarding those guys?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I like to teach myself, but there's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, man, that's Terrence Mann from the Los Angeles Clippers. He regards the Clippers as the best defensive team he's been on. And the reason why I wanted to play you that, AllBall, because I know you had a question about what direction are they headed to. And the first thing I'm thinking about, though, there's a bunch of subtle shots to me at Paul George. Glad this is over with. Ty Lue saying, I can't wait till we get this season on, because once they got rid of Paul George, something to that effect. Yo, we're gonna be better than ever. But like, they was a little relieved about it to me. They didn't seem worried about it. I don't know. Maybe they felt backstabbed by him. I don't know. But it's not like LeBron left, Kawhi left. When a star leaves like that, and you traded so many players, remember you traded SGA and a bunch of draft picks for Paul George, and then he leaves, right, and it's like, yeah, we're gonna do our thing anyway. This is the best defensive team I've been on. I mean, I don't know how you want to react to that and what you think the Clippers should do this season.
Well, when you get a chance, can you please pull up the current Clippers roster right now going into the season? I got to shout out Big Bro Kenny Anderson, chopped it up with him today, and he actually sparked this topic because he asked me, he said, yo, AllBall, what do you think the Clippers going to do this season? And I was like, wow, that's a great question, because the Kawhi Leonard situation, we know he's not healthy, and it's a probability that he won't play this season. So, you know, they're going into a new arena. The owner put in all this money into this new arena. It is LA. No matter how people feel about the Clippers, you want them, and they want to be relevant. This is very important, and it's weird at the same time, because now really all they have over there is James Harden. And do we want to see James Harden turn the Clippers into the Houston Rockets? Like, I like Terrence Mann. I don't think he took the leap that I thought he would take by now. It seemed like a lot of the young players just surpassed him to the point where, I'm being honest, I don't know if Terrence Mann hit his ceiling or not. I like Zubac a lot. Like I said, I would have to see the roster, because I don't care what nobody say. Without Kawhi Leonard, I don't know what type of hope you have for the Clippers. But I understand throwing shots at Paul George. I get it, and I love it. And this is what sports supposed to be. We don't supposed to be happy for you. You left us. Kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at this roster, I'm going to be honest, it's okay, but it's not sexy at all. I'm sorry. Batum, Harden, guys is older, man. Norman Powell, like, I'm being honest. I hate the roster. I'm sorry. The Clippers is in trouble. I don't know what they're going to do this season, but I think moving forward, there's 3 players the Clippers need to go after. You ready for this?
Sure.
There's 3 players that I feel are too big for their city. Zion Williamson, Ja Morant, and the Giannis Antetokounmpo. If I'm that owner and that GM, I'm going after one of those players. To me, those three players belong in a big market, either LA or New York. Now, the Clippers will never get out of the Lakers' shadow. Let's forget about that. You're always going to be the little brother. You might be the little step brother by marriage, not even a real step brother where it's like, we got the same pops and different moms or same moms and different pops. No, y'all are step brothers by marriage. So you may have to just totally divorce that and go, you know what? We just building our own lane. We don't want to have nothing to do with the Clippers. I think one of those three players, the Clippers need to go after and build from scratch around those guys. I think Ja Morant, Zion, or Giannis in LA, a big market like that, with an owner like that in a new building, will be electrifying. And then now you have a superstar that can stay. I know Zion can't stay healthy. I know Giannis, his health lately has been a little off and on, but still, those are guys that are way more healthier than Kawhi Leonard. And, I really pray for Kawhi Leonard. I know we joke and play, but
Definitely we do.
I know we joke and play, but we don't wish harm on nobody, injury on nobody. So I really feel bad for Kawhi, and I hope everything works out. But yeah, I think the Clippers are in trouble. That roster, I don't like it at all. I don't think that roster can compete in the West. I think they will be fighting for a play-in. They'll be lucky to fight for a play-in. Because I'm being honest, I don't know if that roster is better than the Lakers roster. If we want to be technical, we have to be for real.
Yeah,
LeBron,
I don't think they are.
AD, Austin Reed, right? That roster is not. You got Terrence Mann, James Harden, and Zubac. After that, come on, man, cut the jokes. Good players, but that is not enough. So for me, I think the Clippers need to start thinking about the future. They need to look at a superstar, and I think those three guys are too big for their city. And those three guys, you still can get a good 5 to 7 years out of them right now. Of legit MVP type play. And I think the city would be excited for players like that to play there. So I think the Clippers is in big trouble. And I think this season is going to tell it all. If they don't even make the play-in, or they make the play-in or the first round and get smoked, I'm going to be honest, I don't care what shape James Harden is in. He is not James Harden from Houston. That is not working today. You are not going to catapult this team by yourself with that roster to where you are playing at MVP level and y'all are making second round conference finals. No, stop it. Like I said, the way the West is now, the Clippers is in trouble. And I think they need to start thinking about the future and thinking about snatching one of those superstars and giving them $300-400 million and building around them.
They won 51 games last year. I guess it's a testament to Paul George. I think he played 71 games. And what else did they have on the team? Brandon Boston. Like, who else did they lose? I mean, shout out to Don, but I told him from the beginning, if all you're looking for, the only excuse you have for me is that they're going to a new stadium, I don't care. What are you talking about? How we built the Knicks, we were frustrated when it was RJ Barrett and Randall and everybody like that. But it came to a point where they started making good deals. And once the OG thing fell through, we had enough cap space and all that to go, to get that done. And I get it. We already have a Madison Square Garden in place. But Ballmer is another billionaire. Y'all are supposed to be like these very smart people and do your due diligence. I don't think basketball is that hard. The only thing hard about it is that they got to actually go play the game. But he's probably just sitting there and he's talking to the people that know basketball, like, yo, he's a former MVP or ultimate, almost MVP, finals MVP. If he plays, you never know. And it's like, it doesn't work that way. It's not like.
Hold on. I got to disagree with you. I don't think basketball is as simple as you're making it out to be. And Ballmer, I think, did whatever he was supposed to do. He got the players together. Kawhi, Paul George. He got Harden over there. He got Westbrook, Zubac, got the good coach, and Ty Lue. He did his part as an owner. The problem is, Kawhi Leonard, he doesn't talk. So in your mind, you think you going into a season with Kawhi Leonard and James Harden, and we know who Kawhi is when he's healthy, and then this happens. So I can't
gotta
put none of this
disagree.
blame on the owner.
I totally disagree because you saw Kawhi's shenanigans or his real injuries for the last 3 years. And just because he averaged 70% from the field in December, now all of a sudden he's worth a contract extension for 3 or 4 years. And Paul George gave you more at the end of the day. So the fact that you gave him 3 years, you couldn't even afford Paul George's 4th year. What was the point of all that? You traded everything away for Paul George and you did everything to lose him. That's what I'm saying. Like, you didn't do this the right way for some genius tech dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean by that. It didn't feel like you had your ducks in a row. And we see what's going on with the Knicks and the cap situation, all these teams avoiding the cap. That's right up their alley as tech people is all I'm saying with him. You know, but I do like the fact, if you're the Clippers, to me, if I'm a Clippers fan, I already know what to expect. I don't even expect the playoffs. I don't expect no championship. I don't expect none of that. Batum coming back, I love Batum. Yo, boy, I wish we would have picked up Batum in the summertime. Like, that was the guy I wanted. He gave Brunson problems. I don't think we could hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't like Batum on the Clippers because I think his talent and how much he got left in the tank is being wasted. You put Batum on a championship contending team, then, like I said, his defense, him being able to knock down a 3-point shot, but him being on the Clippers. Listen, I said this a while ago and y'all laughed at me. The whole Clippers team and coaching staff is taking advantage of Ballmer, bro. Simple and plain. They know that man got boatloads of money and they're robbing him blind. Simple. Robbing him blind.
So Paul George is trying to rob him. Paul George is trying to rob him too.
Listen, why do you think James Harden is getting in shape? He know. I'm about to rob the bank with these dudes. And now Kawhi Leonard is hurt. Oh, yeah. I might get another $100 million out you dudes at the age of 40. Listen, It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
The one Bryce. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No. So for me, the Clippers is in big trouble. And from the beginning, a lot of people say it. When you put all your eggs in 2 baskets into Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, 2 players that is always injury prone, one guy that he can't do it by himself, and Paul George will take you to the promised land, and then another guy who doesn't talk, doesn't say anything, you really don't know what's going on with him, and he's injury prone. Now, I agree with you with that. Y'all guys being supposedly very smart, how do you do that? It's no security blanket, it's no safety blanket. Y'all guys made bad decisions when it come to those players. Even when y'all paired up Russ, and then y'all had all them guys together, it was terrible. It was terrible. But for me, the owner did his job. He did what he was supposed to do. He's listening to the people that know the game or supposedly know the game. He paid the players. He got the guys there. And for me, listen, man, they are in big trouble. Big trouble. And I'm going to be honest, I don't see Tyloo being there long. And I don't see James Harden being there long neither. They're going to have to figure something out. But they do got some good young pieces in Man and Zubac. So like I said, you get a superstar. Like I said, Powell can still come off the bench, and he's a bucket. You know, they got a lot of other players on, but I don't know. I don't like that roster at all.
I will say this, and we can move on. Kai Jones, remember Kai Jones was on Charlotte. He looked like he was a bug out. He used to be on social media going crazy. I'm the best player in the world, best player ever. Apparently, he used to like criticize his teammates on there. They immediately like let him go, and then he was there in the summertime with the Clippers, and then he showed out in the preseason. He did well, so they kept him, and he's been playing really good. He impressed everybody there. They Zubac and all of them talking really well about him, and also the kid Jordan Miller. Jordan Miller was going off. It was a game against Sacramento. There was no hesitation to his shot, so they have some. You know, everybody has talent in the league, and they have something they look forward to at least. But I don't even know what to say. Like you said, you made such a great point. If you go after Giannis or somebody who's available, you don't really have the opportunity to do that You might have a little more cap space since Paul George ain't signed him, but who can you really trade for Giannis? Who the Bucks taking back for Giannis? That's number one.
Right.
And then number two, you can't even tank. You can't even tank with Harden and Kawhi about to come back. You're gonna finish 500 at minimum. You're not gonna finish like Portland.
Yeah.
Portland got to play you, and they got to play the Lakers. They got to play all these other competitive teams. So, damn, that's such a tough place to be. And they got to hope and pray. They got to hope and say some prayers and eat their vitamins like Hulkamania.
Listen, you got some point guards, man, that look at guys like Trae Young. Look at guys like Garland that I think right now in their current situations, I think they can use a new home. So, you know, the Clippers can make some moves, but, you know, they got to be willing to do that. But they're in big trouble, and Lord have mercy. I've never felt sad for – listen, I feel bad for the Clippers, man. Like, they're in big trouble. To lose Kawhi Leonard and Paul George in the same season, same year, listen, how do you make that up? No matter their injury, no matter how you feel about them personally, how do you make up losing two of the best probably talents, top 10 in the NBA? Because when they both fully healthy, no matter how you feel about them, that's championship contention with two players like that if you build around them correctly. And we've seen glimpses of how good they can be. So listen, to lose those two guys, and now you left with Harden, Terrence Mann, Zubac, and like I said, Terrence Mann is starting to fade. No disrespect. I thought his ceiling, his upside was real big, pause. But now, you know, with Wembanyama here, then the leap Terrence Maxey and Halliburton and Brunson is taken. Now, you know, Dallas, they got a taste of the finals. You know, so for me, where does Mann land at now? You get what I'm trying to say? Is he a starter in the league now? Like, or are you just going to be over there with the Clippers and just perish? They got to figure some things out.
While you were talking earlier, that's what I wanted to say too. Those are the pieces like that. If a team really wants them, that's how you get them to bait into a James, because James Harden only got a 2-year deal. So, all right, if you want Terrence Mann, take this contract on. Take it off all books. And it's a lot harder to do that now because you're supposed to be matching the deals. So they got a year to do that. I can see, imagine like Julius Randle goes over there or something like that. If Harden is available for trade next season, he's on a 1-year deal. It's only a 1-year deal for him. He'll go back to Cali. That's another option. Just, you know, at the end of the day, he carried this franchise. So, listen, man, they got a lot. Dom, you better pray the Dodgers win, because it's gonna be an awful 8 next month for you.
But just real quick, I don't know. Is that better? Yeah. So I don't know how they draft picks is looking. Caps, I don't know how none of that's looking. But in Mann and Zubac, to me, those are two young pieces that I think you can get a lot for. They're young. You know, the upside is high. So, you know, Terrence Mann is like borderline a good two-way player. Like I said, I like Zubac. I would have loved Zubac with the Knicks. I think Zubac is a tough center. I think he's very underrated. Like I said, I like him defensively. Offensively, he's good. He's not great, but I don't think you have to be great because he does a lot of other things great. He's tough. He's solid. He rebound. He ain't no punk. So, listen, I think, you know, they got some pieces, man, but I just think they're going to have to scratch the whole board and start all over. And I think there's a lot of pieces out there. Once again, the players I name, I think they too big for their city. To me, they need to be in bigger markets. And listen, you go to the Clippers, LeBron is about to be out in a couple seasons. No telling what's going to happen with them. Listen, man, Clippers have an opportunity to strike. We just got to see how smart those guys in the front office is and how genius they are and see what they're going to do. But to lose Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, listen, at the same time, big shout out to Future, at the same damn time, losing Kawhi, losing PG at the same damn time. Listen, man. Time. Yeah, Tyronn Lue. Let's see that great coach that everybody say you are.
Zubac, I'll end it with that. That Zubac piece, I think he just signed a 3-year deal. That's the one that could fetch him a couple of draft picks or something. Maybe dangle in front of OKC a little bit. I gotta pause that. But
that was crazy.
That was nuts. Pause. But OKC, remember they got Hartenstein, but they don't have much depth up front. All they got is Hartenstein and Chet. Once you get Hartenstein in foul trouble, they in trouble. Why not throw Zubac at them and see what you could get? Then you throw them at Minnesota. You play with them and be like, all right, well, you're gonna have to see Minnesota, Denver. Who else?
Yeah.
Maybe the Lakers. You're gonna have to see them. You're supposed to be the number one team. You don't give us what we want, which is their draft picks from with the SGA deal. We're gonna trade them to a competitor. So that was a great point that you made.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, that was too quick. I'm sorry. Speaking of champions in contention, Joe Mazzulla, Joe Maz, as our friends of the Northeast refer to him. He went viral today just by being, himself. It seems like the motivational speaker that he is. He looks way different in this picture than this one.
Wow.
He on that juice, man. Let's catch a clip of Joe Mazzulla. Let's catch a clip of Joe Mazzulla, referring to the process of what a coach thinks throughout the day.
Where it is, like Jay was saying, pressure from media and fans and all that stuff, but you are keeping it very human, like we're gonna die soon and all that stuff. Like, how do you bridge that? Because you have to live in both worlds.
Yeah.
How do you manage that?
I just don't look at it as pressure. Because like a Boston media member or somebody expecting me to win, like they don't have a weapon, like they're not gonna like come after me if we don't win. Like they're saying words, so like they don't mean anything. They're just words. You're just saying them because you have to say them. You're contractually obligated to write a 500-page article after or word article after. They're just words. You can't do anything, and so it's just a made-up word. We don't have a pressure. If we lose, we're not losing our life. Like we're not surgeons. We're not like in the military. We coach basketball for a living.
The Boston.
So that was Joe Mazzulla putting things in perspective over there in Boston, telling Tatum and his guys, this ain't brain surgery. This is basketball, man. Oh, speaking of basketball, we live.
Big Flea, never the little one.
In the building. In the
So,
mix.
y'all, what up?
Well, Flea, we're doing fine. You're the one who sent the quote. Joe Maz. What did you think about the quote about him saying, this ain't brain surgery, man. Nobody got no gun to me right now. These are just words.
Yo,
Ball already screwing his face up.
You know what's wild? The postman looked like Joe Maz just now. I should have just. Anyway,
I'm deleting that part.
Anyway.
Crazy for real.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm sorry I'm late, fellas. I'm sorry, man.
Sure.
Like,
all good.
Y'all know what I was dealing with just now. Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting, man. Mazzulla comes off like he's the smartest guy in the room, and he's the smartest guy in the room. He want to remind everybody that he's the smartest guy in the room. But to be honest, I thought everything that he said was real. If we took the power away from the media, right? If we didn't internalize everything that was said, whether that's the media, whether that's cats like us, whether you go in the barbershop and the son is cutting your hair, whoever, if we took the power away from them and didn't absorb everything that was said, yeah, then I fully understand what he's saying. But like my OG always reminds us, we are human beings, everybody. We are human beings. And that thing about, moms used to tell us back in the day, sticks and stones break my bones, words can never hurt me. Ma, you lied. Like, you lied, respectfully, because it's just not true, right? We are human beings. We internalize stuff. And there is pressure on the Boston Celtics. We want to know if y'all really like that. Y'all got a nice cakewalk to the finals last year and, had a pretty inferior opponent in the finals. People want to know if y'all really like that. So, yeah, there is some pressure, on the Boston Celtics. And I thought that was just an intelligent way by Joe Mazzulla to kind of deflect. So, but I just wanted to hear what y'all had to say about it.
Am I good?
Yeah.
I'm being sarcastic, right? Because I don't like Joe Mazzulla. I'm just being honest with y'all. comes off a little weird to me. Like I don't like. Because I don't like we know it's not heart surgery. We know it's not saving. Like we know that. Stop trying to be sarcastic. We talk about sports. What do you mean there's no pressure? Flea, you said it right. We want to know if y'all built like that. Because you want to be honest, that was the wackest finals ever. Nobody even give y'all props for that. Your superstar ain't win MVP. He ain't play in the Olympics. We all looking at y'all suspect. Everybody y'all played was injured. Let's call it what it is. Every year they building a superstar team around all of y'all. Let's cut the jokes. You ain't coaching a team that ain't got nobody.
What the fuck are you eating, Fabian?
I mean, some candy.
Yeah, what the hell is that? Yeah. Enjoy the show. All I'm saying is I didn't like his response. I'm being honest with you. I would love for guys to admit there is pressure. We have the best team in the NBA. We had this record last season. A lot of teams we played was injured. We will show y'all that we are the real deal. My thing is, this is the quietest champions I've ever seen. Simple and plain. I don't respect they chip. And now that Joe Mazzulla said that goes to show you, like you said, deflecting. There is pressure, bro. Stop it. The greats will tell you how much pressure it is to go back to back. That's the goal every year, to win a championship. And if you have the best team and people consider you one of the best coaches and one of the smartest guys in the room, there's pressure to win.
No question.
So, yeah, I don't like when guys do that, because to me that's how they get away with trying to be slick. Nah, nigga, there's pressure, because if you niggas come up short, we on your ass, nigga. Pause. You know the media, everybody gonna be on you like a cheap suit, and then we gonna be looking at you suspect. Are you the right coach? Come on, we know how this go. Cut it out, Mazzulla. You know what this is about.
Y'all eat candy corn? You a candy corn eater? Let me ask y'all a quick question. Y'all eat candy corn?
If you eat anybody eats candy corn, I will ban you from here for a month.
I will call the police. I will call the cops.
I used to eat so much of that shit that I hate it now.
You liked it at one point in time in your life?
You used to eat candy corn? OG.
I'm a maniac, my nigga.
Dog.
What?
Real quick.
I eat the black jelly bean, nigga.
Real quick, OG. I come in the crib.
That's licorice, though.
I come in the crib, and there's a couple of chicken Big Macs sitting on the counter. Right. I was ready to call the police. Like, no, get this shit out of here. Chicken Big Macs. Only nigga I know eating that shit is OG. That's the only nigga I know eating them shit.
I ain't had it since. That shit trash.
I just went to McDonald's. Yo, Flea was on the phone with me. I went to McDonald's, walked in with my son. He goes, "You getting the chicken Big Mac?" I looked at it on the screen. I said, "Yo, what was two thinking? That is trash. Chicken Big Macs?
Garbage. Nah.
Yo,
hold on. That's not funnier than
black jelly beans is diabolical.
Yeah. Black jelly beans is crazy. You were the weird ass kid in school. Black jelly bean. Everybody flicked them shit out like it was a dirty bean.
Oh, you a licorice eater?
Maniac.
Oh yeah, you a nut, nigga. OG. You a nut.
I'm a maniac, nigga. I eat chitlins, nigga. Fuck is y'all talking about?
Oh,
I was part of that. We did that.
Yeah.
We did that. We can't do that now.
We
can't do that now, OG. No.
I will. Listen.
Hell no.
When I invite y'all to the cookout, I'm have a bowl of black jelly beans and a thing of chitlins. Yeah. We
black eyed peas on the
chitlins for cookout.
Black eyed peas on the chitlins?
And lots of hot. Look how you getting excited. Y'all see that? Yeah. Lots of hot sauce.
He's like, you brought out the inner pops from Wayne's Brothers. You saw Flea dancing right now. What was that?
Mind your business.
It's two foods you cannot get me to eat. Pause. It's two. Anchovies and liver. You can take both of those and shove it where the sun don't shine. Everything else, let's get it.
You don't like liver because you used to eat that at least twice a week for dinner as a kid. That's why you don't like liver.
Look at me.
That's why. Moms
You
used
wanna
to
hear?
serve
Can I
that.
give y'all? Can I give you a quick 10-second story? When I was locked up, I used to switch my liver for the dessert. Yo, my nigga, you got that. Give me a dessert. Play with no liver. Then when moms and grandmoms lie to you, oh, I can make it taste like steak. No, you can't. You can make it
No,
taste
you
like
can't.
liver.
No, this shit is bullshit.
Shit, traumatization when they talk about liver. Yo, listen.
Yo, get
I
up.
walk in the crib.
Get
I'll
up.
never forget this. Hold on. I walk in the crib one day after school.
Uh-huh.
Plate on the oven.
Uh-huh.
On Dukes. All you see is white rice, a piece of steak looking like meatballs covered in gravy and onions.
But
look, it wasn't even my plate. I goes to take it. My nigga, I threw that whole shit. What the fuck was this? Liver. I ain't have liver ever since, nigga.
She tried to fool you with the extra gravy and the onion. She tried to fool you. She tried to get you.
What's mondongo in English? I think cow intestine, the linen, the cow lining.
See, yeah.
Dominicans be eating that by yo.
No, the Dominicans, that's what y'all do. That's
yeah, we don't.
That's
Don't say y'all. You country. You clearly country motherfuckers on the screen right now.
But y'all take it
what
to
you
another
talking
level.
about?
Y'all take it to another level.
No, I don't. Y'all eat.
Y'all even want to
eat
call it
big
the right
feet.
name. Mandunga. What the
Mondongo.
Listen, Flea. They tell
What
you
the
liver
fuck is
is
that,
good for
Ray?
your heart.
Right,
Listen,
what is that? Ray?
All of that, you can have it. Liver, like I told you.
Say it again, please.
Mandongo.
Mondongo. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Mondongo.
You have all of that.
Yo, get us back. Get us back. I'm sorry.
Once again,
I'm sorry,
I apologize, y'all. Apologize.
I'm sorry.
This is your fault. We mentioned candy corn. Your man starts bugging out. He starts getting back into his traumatized. He gets triggered. Candy corn? Did you say candy corn? Yes, we did. We might ban you from AllBall TV. AllBall. You doing eating candy corn?
To
What's
jail,
wrong with
niggas
this guy?
go. Candy corn? To jail, you go. Hell no.
No escort.
Being real. Candy corn and black jelly beans is like signs of turning into Michael Myers. I'm just being honest with you.
I'm gonna have to agree.
Maniac.
I might have to hit 911 after we're done with this live. Joe Mazzulla does look like a weirdo or ball. He looks kind of crazy. I think it's his cockeye. I'm gonna go Malika Andrews on whoever mentioned WVU was at West Virginia University. That's where he went. Yeah, well, didn't he get locked up in West Virginia? Whatever. The point is,
damn.
The man.
Him and his backcourt mate. Big shout out to my brother Chuck Bryan. Let's keep going.
Thank you. If I didn't bring that up, you never brought that up. Come on, man.
Because that wasn't needed to be brought up, but now you're here. They went to the Final Four that year. Truck, Joe Mazzulla, 2010 West Virginia Mountaineers. They went to the Final Four that year. Crazy squad. Crazy.
Well, I think
always got to shout out Truck Bryant. Big shout out Truck.
Big shout out Truck.
I think that's the kind of mentality that pulls you from that, because I just see that's a clip I want to respond to too. With Lonzo Ball was talking about, yo, I don't think the 400 players that we got in the NBA is the best players in the league. What happened?
Fish is a maniac. Fish crazy.
Chick tried to slip liver and gravy with stuffing. I literally flipped the F table over. Thanksgiving for nobody.
How you end Thanksgiving? Y'all ever seen that video? I know somebody has seen that video. It went viral. It's the white family. And they look like they in the basement. And dude gets mad at his father or something and tips the whole table over. Food go everywhere. And the family is sitting there looking at this nigga like, yo, this nigga's bugging. Then it's done.
Legendary.
Not mofongo, mondongo. Mofongo is where you can make with all kind of stuff. That's a different level. Mofongo is with plátano. How dare you, Gregory Lee? Gregory Lee was up there going crazy on somebody. But yeah, that's the mentality that what's his name? Joe Maz. I think that's what pulled him up from West Virginia. You know, no excuse mentality. And I think that's how he spoke to Jason Tatum, who comes off like a little bitch, to be honest with you. I think Jason Tatum might be acting like a little bitch. I don't care what his little Netflix documentary come. No. You way too 80s light-skinned out, man. You way too I'll be sure. My man is out here coming out like Bobby Brown. I like Joe Maz, man. I like what he was talking about. No excuse.
hate.
I like that.
I never seen you
I like
on
that.
in that bag. That's hate.
Bro, he has baby hairs in 2024, bro.
That is
I'm not gonna
hate.
lie. You were so on point with the Tatum. Nah, he's Albie Shaw light skin, bro.
Nah,
He's not Chris Brown light skin. He's
All right.
Albie
No.
Shaw light skin.
no, definitely I'll be sure like Stan. Definitely I'll be sure.
I knew I opened up the wrong box, but I like his mentality. I like, so you know, even with JJ Redick, the way they talk to the, you know, I make a big deal about that AllBall. When any Bill Parcells-ish coach, when they start talking shit to the media, I love it. When the Minnesota coach last night was saying, "Yo, he jumped, hey, watch your mouth, Bodega Mayor. Watch your mouth." That's John B is like Dante DiVincenzo's uncle. Watch your mouth. John B is kind of legendary. Don't you do that ever again, Bodega Mayor.
Not,
What you looking at, Flea?
John B legendary. John B
Let's
Here we
legendary.
go.
Let's keep
Here we
going.
go. Here we
Let's
go.
keep going.
Why? Because he wasn't. He ain't Joe. He ain't the dark skinned brother. He ain't Tyrese. Who you like?
Let's keep going.
Nobody
John
lighter than you,
B.
right?
Hold on. Can I ask y'all a question?
Everything is legendary now. No,
Hold on,
no.
Real quick, can I ask y'all a question? I know this is off topic. He just brought up Tyrese. Do y'all remember Tyrese's first commercial with the Coca-Cola when he had the earring and all that right here?
On the bus. He was on the bus.
So just, it's not weird that he went from that to now every role he has is like G'd up gangster? Isn't that weird to y'all?
No, because
No. I'm gonna tell you why, OG.
Okay.
Because Tyrese from Watts. So I don't think he's like them niggas, but he knows what that is.
Okay.
So I don't think it's fake. I don't think that's him though. Right? Like he grew up around it, but I don't think he's, you know them niggas that grew up around it but really wasn't in it. I think he one of them.
Flea, I'm gonna be real.
Okay.
I told you I lived in the BX. Nigga, Chris Brown used to come through the barbershop as a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Little tall ass 8-year-old. Singing and all that to the chicks and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we see him on TV. Then I seen him in the magazine claiming Harlem. I'm like, you're not from here. You from Virginia. So
From VA.
yeah, he started that, and now he's a blood. You think
Big blood.
Tyrese is bugged out?
Big blood.
He's definitely bugged out. I ain't mad at Chris Brown. You do what you got to do, bro. If you want to be a blood, go ahead. Go right ahead. But the point is, he seems to be way more on point than Tyrese. So no, all the R&B dudes went gangster. Then what's his name? I can't help but wait. Trey Songz.
He beats bitches up. No, he's not gangster.
He does?
He's not gangster. He's not gangster.
Trey Songz beats up. He does?
Just go do your homework, man. Go do your homework, man.
I know he got accused of something. Either way, I'm saying they're way more aggressive than ever before, especially the rappers turned into like Tekashi 6ix9ine and people that paint their nails. The point is, no, I'm not mad at Tyrese going full gangster. Even though he's not a full gangster. I never seen him really punch somebody in the face. He's a weirdo, to be honest with you.
Signs of Lovemaking was sung under sheets. Do y'all realize Signs of Lovemaking was sung under some sheets? Fire, but a little goofy. I'm not singing under the sheets. Give me the pussy. Like, what are we doing? I'm not singing under the sheets. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what are we doing? Yeah,
What did I jump into?
My fault. My
Yo,
fault.
I thought you were giving him a compliment. He said, I ain't singing under the sheets. Give me some.
Like, for real. For real. For real. We wilding now. We wilding. Singing? It's hot. I'm singing.
Nah. So to come to a conclusion, AllBall, there are way more crazy R&B acts than Tyrese who voluntarily act crazy. Tyrese, I don't think it's voluntary for him.
Okay.
Joe Mazzulla did volunteer to go to jail though for now.
Yo, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. He started it. OG, don't shake your head at me. He started it. He did.
Yeah.
He did.
via Malika Andrews from ESPN. I think Joe Mazzulla. I'm not mad at him, man. I can't be mad at that. Oh, but how the hell are you hating on him? Are you mad he's not our coach? The Tip's getting on my nerves now.
No, I'm mad that he inherited a great team and we treat him as if he's one of the best head coaches in the NBA. And I think he's in a position to where just because he won a ring, it doesn't put him up there as one of the best coaches in the NBA. He literally has an all-star team. It's hard to mess that up. I'm sorry. Now, if he go to 2 now I would feel the same way about Steve Kerr, but if you go to 6 finals and you win 3-4 of them, then I can't argue with you. Now, if Joe Mazzulla go to 3-4 finals, 2-3 in a row, and win another one and get into some knockdown series, then I respect him. But I think he inherited something great, and he's being rewarded as if he's one of the best coaches in the NBA. And I don't think he's not top 5 to me. Maybe we may say top 10 by default, because I'm being honest, these coaches today are terrible. So, but I never was a fan of Joe Mazzulla. I respect him. Like I said, he won a championship. He is a good coach. But I'm not giving him the props that people want to, give him. I'm not. Like my brother Flea always say, do it again. Do it again. Porzingis is hurt now. Do it again.
That was the second season after Udoka, right? Yeah, that's enough for me. That's 2 seasons, bro. That he didn't. What was it, Eastern Conference Finals the first year against the Bucks?
They was down 3-0 against Miami.
Oh, they lost to Miami. Okay, but Tatum tore his ankle up.
No, they was down 3.
Yeah, but that last year they was down 3 games to nothing against Miami. They come back and win that series. I'm talking about that was the year. Excuse me, because Tatum gets hurt the first 2 minutes of the game, they win.
Right.
Excuse me, and then Miami plays Denver. Okay, excuse me. All right,
right.
Y'all,
and now Jaylen Brown is back, motivated. Like he just seems like it may not be your cup of tea. But I don't mind somebody just keeping it real. Enough is enough. Yo, you put that perfectly, Flea.
Boston trading for Drew Holiday and Porzingis. Let's not act like. Come on, look at the pieces they gave him.
Okay. Are they not supposed to do that? They hold on. So the way you put it, right? If they lose any series, you get back on them like they lost to Philadelphia.
Man, Doc Rivers can't mess up that roster. As bad as Doc Rivers is, let's stop acting like Joe Mazzulla is. Do it again, then I'll believe you.
Now Flea. Now Doc Rivers is who we're bringing up as the bar for Joe Mazzulla. He would not have gotten this done.
Flea, that's how good that roster is. Let's stop
acting like Joe Mazzulla.
So hold on. Let me throw this out there to y'all. What if I told y'all Joe Mazzulla was supposed to be the coach before Udoka?
I don't know.
But he wasn't.
I'm just saying. So Brad Stevens handpicked this kid, right? He handpicked this kid, and he's been wanting this kid to be the head coach before Udoka. But he had to honor Udoka because Udoka has gone through the grind. Sat next to Pop for years, was in Brooklyn for a little while, then comes to Boston, sits next to whoever was there, Brad Stevens. He was sitting next to Brad for a minute. So he couldn't overlook Udoka because Udoka earned the spot. But I was reading something that said Brad Stevens wanted to hire Mazzulla before he even hired Udoka. And now we look at it and he got his hire, just wound up, Udoka did some dumb shit. But what I'm asking y'all is if Brad has this team now for the last 3 years, a trip to the finals, you lose to Golden State, you come back, you lose, and then you come back and win last year. What are y'all saying?
What is AllBall saying? Because I don't even, me with championships, that's all fickle.
I mean, I may feel a little, excuse me, I may feel different about him. That's a great point. But like I said, for me, look at the roster he's given. I don't think you can mess that up. And then with everybody being injured, is laid out for him like a red carpet. Like I said, I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but I'm not throwing him out there with the great coaches of today. He's okay. And like I said, we're going to see this season how good of a coach he really is.
Mazzulla got that team to play basketball. Yes, they made some changes, but it was not your turn, my turn anymore, how it was with Udoka. Offensively, they were not that great offensively when Udoka was the head coach. They were the best team defensively, but this team, like Steve Kerr did for Golden State, he opened them up offensively. They just looked 10 times different than they did 3 years ago.
Fleet, if Udoka is the coach today and he has Drew Holiday and Porzingis in that roster, do Udoka win a championship?
I think he's a good enough coach to get them to win a championship. Yeah.
Fleet, Fabian?
So.
It depends if Tatum's acting like a bitch again or if Jaylen Brown is acting like a bitch again. It's not Draymond Green punked them dudes, bro. As much as nobody wants to believe he's important to the Golden State Warriors, that's what he brought to the table. Jaylen Brown said it. They just played differently. Jaylen Brown's a different player than 3 years ago. So if you're talking about the same exact team from last year, I can't see how Udoka loses either. Even though he was part of the reason why they lost to the Warriors. Udoka, they played drop coverage on Steph Curry. Maybe Mazzulla learned from that and goes, I'm never doing that again, and we're just going to play to our strengths. And you got to give him credit for having a team, being a second-year coach, and getting it done. They were the all-out favorites last year. There's still a little bit of pressure for you to get that done, and they wiped the Eastern Conference on the floor, whoever was there in front of them. And Dallas going into that series had mad momentum. Mm-hmm. Everyone was talking, Luka about to be the best player of all time. Larry Bird this, Larry Bird that. And once again, shut down Kyrie Irving, shut down the rest of them three-point shooters that were hot or the non-three-point shooters that became hot from three. And they shut down Dallas's whole momentum. The hottest team in the second half of the year, they shut them down. So they deserve a lot of credit for it. And him is a no-nonsense guy. I like them as a leader.
I like him setting the tone. And I think I like coaches that do that. It's a lot younger ones, and it probably doesn't feel right because they don't got a lot of skin in the game. Their resume doesn't look, it's not a laundry list of playoff wins and championships. But I like JJ Redick setting the tone with the media. I like Joe Mazzulla setting the tone with the media. Y'all not about to play in my face for 82 games. Y'all gonna know how to address me the proper way, or y'all gonna get it just like this. I like that because now usually a first-year head coach may not have the experience of dealing with the media. We're talking about JJ Redick, who was 15-year veteran. We're talking about Joe Mazzulla, who's been on the sidelines for a little while, assistant coach, played Division I basketball, right? Like they've had some practice with this. Some guys are green and just get in the media and they get run over. Darvin Ham was getting his ass whooped last year by the media. His ass, it was bad to watch him during his media sessions. Not that he wasn't good with his words, it was how they used to tear his ass up. Pause. So that's all I'm saying. Is like certain guys, have a way with them, and I like that these two are doing it the way that they're doing it. I don't got to be humble with you niggas. For what?
Yeah, y'all both made great points. I'm going to just finish mine with, I seen David Blatt go to the finals, and then the next season he gets fired, and Tyronn Lue takes over, and then now we consider Tyronn Lue one of the better coaches in the NBA.
That was a horrible comparison.
Why?
Okay, it made sense to me.
Why?
He was on the bench when they went to the finals.
Right.
Joe Mazzulla. He comes back. His best player got hurt. They won the Eastern Conference Finals at that point, or second round with the Heat.
Down 3-0.
Right, but his best player was out basically. Then they win the championship. He has every right to.
His best player got hurt in Game 7.
No, he didn't. Jason Tatum hurt his foot in Game 1. I thought.
I don't remember it like that. I remember him getting hurt in Game 7. Well, if he did get hurt in Game 1, they came back and won 3 straight. Yeah. After going down 3-0. They came back and won 3 in a row. And had he not got hurt, they were well on their way to go back to the finals again. And
none of that had to do with Joe Mazzulla. That was all on Jason Tatum once again. And even last year, Jason Tatum was bumming it up in the finals. Let's not forget that. They won because he was able to execute his game plan, just drive and kick.
What's your deal with Jason Tatum?
He's soft, bro. That's what it is. I have the same deal. Now this year, if he turns it around, that's fine. Gets his shot fixed. Mentally weak. We know this.
Okay.
Well,
he's physically soft. He's physically soft too.
That's the only guy that has been first team All NBA the last 3 years is mentally weak and physically soft.
When it matters most.
I've been saying that.
A champion.
I've been saying Fleet.
A champion.
And I've been consistent with that. I've been saying he's not aggressive enough. He's too off and on. Like I said, to me, he's supposed to be averaging 30 plus, and he's supposed to be an MVP. But I'm just going off of everybody loving his skill set. Oh, he's 6'10", he can do this, he can do that. Okay. Every year they have to build a superstar team around him. Once again, I don't think he's a guy that can lead a championship team. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
I watched Jaylen Brown in the Eastern Conference Finals and the Finals win MVP.
No, I wouldn't say all that. Without him, they don't win last year. He's leading that team. There is no Jaylen Brown's not getting none of that stuff. None of that. He ain't getting no more easy shots. No.
Any team without their best players not winning. Fabian, that's not saying nothing.
So, hold on. Yo, is it Uchi Wally or Shorty you for ISO ball? Any team without their best player can't win, and he's not leading them. Which one is it? On that court, he's leading them. Jaylen Brown might be a vocal leader, all that, but on that court, Tatum is the one that engineers the offense.
All right, so you telling me take out Jaylen Brown. That's Jason Tatum's team. You telling me he's taking them to the promised land?
Yes.
What, the championship?
I think Jason Tatum is a good enough player to be the best player on a championship team.
He already is. I just
minus Jaylen Brown. That's nothing against Jaylen Brown. But like you said, if that's the case, Jaylen Brown got to get replaced, right? With something.
Exactly.
Something. So whatever that replacement is, it's got to be.
Nah, don't replace him. He can He can do it on his own. Why y'all got to
come on now?
Scott.
I'm telling you. What was that? That was a horrible question. Oh boy, take some medicine, please.
Nah.
You all right over there? He said just take off your second best player. Arguably, who he considers the best player on the team. Take them off, see where they go. They're going to be a playoff team still out east. You don't think so?
Jaylen Brown is the 1A guy. He's going to take his team to the promised land without a Jason Tatum right next to him?
None of us look at Jaylen Brown like that. So that's not even, nobody ever thought Jaylen Brown could be that.
After last year's performance, through the entire season, through the playoffs, that smut is off of him now. People look at Jaylen Brown now. This nigga just got Stephen A. Like, niggas love this. They're going to love this dude now. Stop that.
Knock it off. Knock it off. What's your problem, old ball?
We gonna see this season the leap that Jason Tatum takes. Let's see.
Okay.
I don't care about the Jaylen Brown and Stephen A. Smith. That shit can go to hell for all I care. I want to see what y'all. I ain't watching that shit. I'll see clips eventually, but I ain't watching them. Get out of it. That shit is so phony. That picture is trash. That shit look weird. What I've been telling y'all when we had this discussion, that shit is for entertainment purposes only. That shit is for social media. It ain't serious. I'm not even watching. When I seen the pic you sent, I said, oh yeah, I already see that. It's a game. But I want to see this season coming up. I want to see what Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum do this season. Let's see. Like my brother Flea always say, I got to give him props with that. Do it again. I want to see now with the addition of what the Knicks is doing. Like I said, I know Paul George is hurt and Embiid ain't playing back-to-backs, but now let's see what happens. Like I said, teams gotten better. If Giannis and Dame can stay healthy, the ascending of Indiana, let's see Boston, Tatum and Brown. Let's see how great they play this season.
OG, did y'all see? Go ahead, Fabian. My bad. Did y'all see what Kevin Garnett said?
Love it.
Oh,
talking about with Embiid?
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. The fucking gospel, bro.
Sounds familiar. How long we been on lives talking about things like that?
Lord,
and we used to get flamed by the young dudes.
Gospel. OG.
What did he say?
These niggas can't play back-to-backs. That's part of the job.
He roasted Embiid, bro.
Paul Pierce asked him, well, how many games you want him to play? 82. 82 games. Like, what are we talking about?
He said you
right
getting
now?
all this money. He said you can't play back to back, so that's 15 games you missing. He said you niggas ain't practicing. It ain't physical. What's going on over here? It's good. He said I'm over it. He said the comparison of errors, he said it stops. You can't do it. And remember what he said a while ago that I did something on. When he said, yo, some of these guys couldn't play 20 years ago. He's not talking about skill set, mentality. Yo, they showed the play where I forgot who was guarding Garnett, and he got mugged, didn't get the call, and still hit the fadeaway jump shot. These dudes are not built for that. Fabian, when you get a chance, you got to look at it. What Kevin Garnett said, like Free said, preaching to the choir. That shit is for real. These dudes is stealing. Stealing. And he said it's getting out of control. He said it's getting too crazy. He said, yo, the league got to do something about it.
Well, without further ado, Kevin Garnett flaming Joel Embiid and the new era of pansies.
For games,
82 games, man. This is what the fucking job calls for. You're not practicing. You're not even playing a whole fucking, you don't play in the summer.
Right.
I can see if you playing in the summer, you on the playground, you went to the Olympics, then it's training camp. Y'all do 30 days of fucking tour days. Okay, that's when you get rest. Man, I don't want to hear this shit, man. I don't want to hear none of this shit. Motherfucker can sit out a back-to-backs. Bro, hey, listen, we done with that comparison of the era shit. We're going to respect this era and what it does, and that's it. Don't compare nobody and none of this shit because you can't. If you ain't play, man, listen.
I think that's going to hurt Philly.
That's going to hurt Philly from not even that, but bro.
From a seeding perspective.
It's random. One night I got P, next night I ain't got it.
You might have to put themselves in the position to where they play Boston in the first round.
Bro, the league got to get
might
this
not
under
be
control,
good.
bro. This is all over the place, real shit. And ain't nobody saying nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody holding nobody accountable, bro. So not only are they not gonna practice, they gonna sit out. I ain't got you in 15.
Hey, look
back to back.
What do you?
Come on. Hey, come on, y'all. There's no, for real. Big shout out Kevin Garnett. There's no pushback. No pushback you can give for what he's talking about right now. None. Nothing valid. You can say whatever you want. There's nothing that can refute what Kevin Garnett just said. Nothing. And he put a bow on it by saying, you niggas ain't being held accountable. I watched the class of 2021 today get cashed out. Jalen Green got a bag. Jalen Suggs got a bag. Scotty Barnes got a bag. Everybody, Trey Murphy got a bag. Corey Kispert got a bag. There was so many guys that got cashed out today. I love it. I love that they're making that type of money. Play the game of basketball. Play. Show up every night and be available to play. We're talking about 3 guys that got drafted 3 years ago, just signed 150, 200, OG. And these niggas don't play. Spot on. Big shout out to KG, man.
Hey, Fabian, if you get a chance, can you look for the God rest his soul, Jerry West, I don't know what platform or show he was on, where he brought up, I don't know if you talk about LeBron, where he was saying, you know, you lose about 25, you on the sideline laughing, and then he brought up also saying like how it's just pure entertainment now. There's nothing to the game. There's no competitive. There's nothing to the game. While you look for that, I want to give us props because we used to talk about this on IG Lives the past 2 years. And of course, our platform is nowhere near as big as KG. Big shout out Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce. I love what they're doing. They've gotten much better.
Much better.
But we've argued with this.
He knows how to say equivalent now, OG. He could say equivalent. Yes. He knows how to say it. But go ahead.
That was hilarious. But what he said, listen, you cannot, there's no response to that. He's 100%. He's 1,000% correct. You dudes are getting away with murder. You dudes are stealing, and you know what you're doing. You're purposely doing it. When Embiid was hurt one time, but then I think the next night he was on stage with Meek Mill, dancing and having a good time. Y'all know who I blame this on, right? Greg Popovich. He started load management. See, we don't want to go to the root. It's not because I have a hate for Greg Popovich, which I do hate his ass. Don't want to meet him, never want to meet him, don't care nothing about him. He started this, Flea. I don't care what nobody says. He started this, and it set a precedent, and it trickled, and it had a snowball effect. And then, on top of that, we got a soft-ass guy that runs the NBA. Adam Silver is soft. I'm not saying it don't supposed to be entertaining. If you're injured, I get it. Hey, if you're injured and you can't play, I get it. But I watched Kobe play injured, hurt. I watched Iverson play hurt. I watch a lot of the guys that love the game, that understand without media, without fan base, you are nothing. These guys are stealing. And enough is enough. A guy like KG who gave it his all. I think Fabian, I don't know which one of y'all said it perfectly. Patrick Ewing used to be sitting on the bench, ice packs on his knees, sweating like he was in a steam room.
Drenched.
Are you kidding me? Come on, Garnett, the total competitor. Nah, man. Nah, these guys are stealing. And I love that he brought some attention to it because he's a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest, and has a big enough platform to where I'm hoping, a lot of these guys see it, and I hope they feel some way, but in a good way, and it changed their mind on the love for the game. Once again,
Fabian.
I blame this on Greg Popovich, man. I'm sorry, I don't mean to, because like I said, I know it's going to seem like I'm trolling or I'm being biased because I don't really like him like that, but we got to go back to the root. And he started this, y'all. He started load management. I'm sorry, and that's why I've never liked him.
I think I always thought you were just going overboard with Greg Popovich and Bill Belichick because you got to just respect what was done already. It's in the books. But that, we will all remember that vividly. That was like, 12 years ago with the Spurs, and he sat Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, and Tony Parker down on live TV during TNT, put him in street clothes. David Stern was still the commissioner, if I'm not mistaken. That's why he got fined $250 or whatever it was.
Right.
The reason why you get fined for that is because you could have benched them the game before. And then they got to play on live TV. We selling ads. Yes, business is involved. You know what I'm saying? But the way he did it was so blatant. And this is to your point, RP. The more money they make, the less they want to work. Is crazy. Rich, lazy millionaires. They've always been rich, lazy millionaires. All of us would be rich, lazy millionaires. And guess what? You need the Greg Popoviches of the world to never allow you to be sitting on national TV when all the money is supposed to be made. That's when you cash out, is during TNT. That was the most foul. I didn't even think about it like that till you said it, because you always say it and I overlook it. But now that I think about it, that was foul. That was a big slap in the face of the NBA. And I'm surprised he didn't get suspended off that, because that was crazy, because it set the tone for the rest of the era where now it's okay. Not that it's okay, but we're numb to it. Oh, he's sitting now. Oh, Kawhi sitting out again. Oh, okay. It's over for them. Oh, okay. Everything is okay now. But the fact that Popovich and the coach was the one that okayed that publicly for their stars, and I get it. Tim Duncan was older. Ginobili was older. We got it. But it was the way you did it. Like you were on the block with the chain on and just shooting guns out and everything. Like Popovich was bugging.
Bro,
I can't mind your slander anymore.
Toronto Raptors had, if I'm not mistaken, where they told Kawhi Leonard, you can low manage however long you want. You don't have to play back-to-backs. And everybody was fine with that. Remember, when that trade happened, that was big news.
The reason why that's important is because they came to Kawhi's rescue after Popovich is beefing with him. Yo, what you mean your doctor said that? So Kawhi said, I want to be traded. Goes to Toronto. They're like, yo, you could do what you want to do. In the middle of his prime, Flea.
I hear what y'all saying about Greg Popovich, and I think it's totally valid. I don't give no pushback on the Popovich point. What I do want to remind people of is that the hoops that we grew up on is not the hoops that we watching today. The players that we grew up on are not the players that we're watching today. So fuck the coaches, fuck the ads, fuck everything else, right? Our greats, the people that we learned the game of basketball from while we're watching it growing up, they gave a damn about showing up every night, OG. 82 games was a badge of honor for the guys that we grew up watching, right? Different type of medicine, different type of surgeries, different type of travel, different type of nutrition, different type of wisdom and knowledge from coaches, and everything is elevated now. Everything is elevated now. Shit was way different back in the day, but guys wanted to play. You wanted to play every game. You wanted to show up. Now we can't get these guys to play back to backs. When you fly in luxury, you live in luxury, you make top dollar. You make top dollar. The best doctors in the world, the best nutrition in the world, the ability to have everything at the palm of your hands, whatever that may be. And you telling me, because what I wanted to ask Fabian was, if you are one of these younger players today, Fabian, if you are a newer player, how do you respond to Kevin Garnett? What is your response to Kevin Garnett?
Great question.
How could they possibly give any pushback to that? And if you can, what would they say?
The normal thing. I think when it comes to that, you got to remind yourself when you were young and ignorant, but there's nothing good that's going to come out of their mouth. All right, old head. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have something slick to say, but nothing real. It's not going to be real because it's going to be like to your point, Flea, at some point, they're going to make over $100 million a year. And Mark Cuban already said the owners don't make that much. They don't make $100 million a year. They're worth $1 billion, but they personally don't make $100 million. So if you making $100 million, there's going to have to be a way for them to curb that, because you as an owner are going to be like, there's no way possible you making $100 million and you can't play back-to-backs, bro. Then you can't get $100 million.
But Ray, like Fabian said, I mean, like AllBall said, what's going to happen is Softy Adam Silver is going to say, oh, you know what? Let's make it a 72-game season. Matter of fact, let's make it a 66-game season. That's going to be the remedy. That's going to be the remedy. The remedy is not.
That.
Huh?
I can't see that. I think they're going to add more games. They're going to add more look at with football. Once the money comes in, they want more. And that's the part I don't understand. If you want more, who's going to play?
Opportunity to watch guys sit.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. That's
Lord have mercy.
Like, that's fucked up, man. Go ahead, old boy.
Hey, fellas, Paul George let the cat out the bag. And he's like, yo, we don't even practice. So, like, remember, Garnett even, said that. Like, yo, y'all don't even practice. Like, let's call it what it is.
The way he said it. What do y'all do?
Right. No, right. Seriously. It's like, yo, I seen LeBron James come to a game with a glass of wine. Like the things we've seen so far, man.
So mad, OG.
Like
that made me
so. Yeah, like, Flea, some of this stuff. Some of this stuff, there is no excuse. And a lot of the athletes, no matter what the sport is, they complain about guys like us. They complain about fans saying this or doing this. But you gotta remember, without people like us, without the fans, there is no sport. Like I said, if y'all want it like that, play in the bubble every year. Then. Don't have no fans. Don't have nothing. Don't have nobody talking about y'all. Don't have anything. And just play amongst yourselves and see how that works for you. So for me, these guys are very spoiled, and the precedent that's being set now, remember, guys like LeBron, Curry, KD, y'all are the elder statesmen. And the precedent y'all are setting is not good. I'm sorry. When you go back to guys like Kobe and the Mike, and like the precedent they set mentally, physically, bro. Unless I'm dead, I'm out there. Y'all seen the Mike game with the flu. Y'all see, whether y'all want to believe he was sick or not, y'all seen Kobe popping pinkies back in and all type of stuff, shoulders back in, Achilles torn. Now I'm gonna shoot my free throws. We see come on, man. Come on. So I gotta give a big shout out to Kevin Garnett because somebody of that stature, that magnitude, speaking up for what's right. Because you gotta remember, a lot of these guys, man, they sponsored and they're signed and have big deals. So a lot of them can't really say what they really want to say. But I'm being honest, it seemed like KG went off the cliff with that. Sometimes it's just like, you know what, I'm just gonna say what I want to say. I don't think that was scripted. Because it's like once you see the news, it's like, what the fuck? Like what? He ain't playing. So I love that. Come on, man. And Fleet, that was a great question. These young dudes, I don't know what they would say, but Fabian made a great point. They're going to say some slick because all people think about is as long as you got a social media following and you got money, they think that's all that matters. They don't care that equates to being successful.
That equates to being nice.
Being great.
How does that equate to being great? This nigga Gilbert tried to tell us that Bronny is a influencer because he got 80 million. I don't give a fuck. Oh my! I don't care how many followers this dude. Can you play basketball? That's what I give a fuck about. I don't care about all that other stuff. Can you play basketball? You're equating greatness to who follows you? This is different. This is different.
And I think you killed that or ball earlier, a little earlier. You said just go back in the bubble for 5 years and see how that works out for you. We saw how much money they lost. And I did want to ask though, I think this is what happens with the money and the superstar calls and stuff like that, to be honest, too. Like I think all of it is tied together. Like Michael Jordan changed the game first. Like, should they get rid of superstar calls as well? Because to me, it's like, if you basically getting extra fouls, how do we get it to a point where it's like, no, all you guys on an even playing field, this is how we play basketball. I'm just trying to think of different ways to motivate these people to stay in line because they're not doing it. They're not doing it. The superstars, I get extra calls. I expect to get extra calls. I expect to get extra perks. I expect to sit down back-to-backs. Their sense of entitlement is already through the roof. They all come in there thinking they are Michael Jordan already. That's the crazy part.
But the superstars that we used to, like Bean was playing with his left hand because he couldn't shoot with his right. Like, and he's out there practicing broken fingers. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just want to be available and out there to compete with your team. Right? That's what I'm saying. It's moving away from, just the love and hunger for the game. It's moving away from that.
With the gambling and all that. But look, think about it like this too. They all come back from the Olympics and the FIBA world all talking the same shit too. Yo, what AllBall always gets mad at Luka for saying it's way harder to score in Europe. The rules are different, whatever. They all say the same thing. So why aren't the rules changing? I bet you if the rules change, it's a wrap. Less of this is going to be, because now if you're not sticking to your assignment on defense, we're gonna call you out. It's not going to be like with the zone defense, you can get help. No, if you don't guard your man, if you don't rotate correctly with the FIBA style rules, it's easier to call you out in the newspaper everywhere. And there's no hiding from it. I don't care if people are saying on social media, your man's going to tell you, yo, stay in front of your man, bro. So I think all of this shit is tied in together.
But I y'all both made great points, but I think it starts with, the person, the mentality. I don't care what rules is in. My thing is, work on your craft, understand this is your job, and do the job every day to the best of your ability. These guys' mentality is now terrible. Championships don't matter. I've heard some of these guys, like when I seen topics go, would you rather have 7 rings or 300 million? Why would that even be a topic? So of course, the money, but I'm just saying, why would that be a topic though? My point is, these guys are making it to where being great, being legendary, having your name in the history books, playing at the ability, and playing every night doesn't matter. These guys don't care. They find a loophole. They don't care. Like I said, they really think having social media following, they really think that matters. They really think it does. And what's sad is you have a guy like Kevin Garnett that played every game at the best of his ability. Like he told you, people can say what they want. You can't keep me off the court. If I want to play, I'm going to play. I don't care if I'm injured. He said that. People could lie and tell you that all day. This is a player telling us this.
And that's
all that.
That's your star.
The agent is right. The trainer, the agent, talk about you ain't playing it on, bro. I'm playing. So at the end of the day, these guys are lazy, and it's just we at a point where it's just different, man. But
if medicine,
okay.
If medicine is so great, if everything is so evolved, why you niggas can't stay healthy? Why you niggas can't get in shape? Why can't you be out there on the court? If everything has evolved and is so much better in this era, why can't you be out there?
You know why?
Yo, it's
you know why?
Because it's on everything. No. It's not just basketball,
right?
OG. It's everywhere.
This is why nobody loved Kobe Bryant, because he's gonna hold you accountable. Remember, nowadays the whole team is hanging out. There's nobody in there going, yo, bro, y'all niggas is out of shape. Y'all bugging. Not passing out a ball. Y'all niggas is bums. Take the game serious.
Niggas be bums.
They all out hanging. Listen, man. Big shout out Kevin Garnett, man. Like y'all said, we could stay on this topic till tomorrow. Big shout out Kevin Garnett. And this is what we meant when we say the guys back in them eras was tougher, mentally and physically. This is what we was talking about. We ain't talking about a skill set. We talking about loving the game, playing the game the right way, and understand there are fans that pay to come see y'all. And like you said, Flea, the reason why y'all can't stay healthy, you have no reason to take care of your body. For what? Like Joe Mazzulla said, there's no pressure. There's no pressure. So if it ain't no pressure to win, what I got to work out for? I'm 6'10", I'm skilled. They say I got the greatest skill set ever. I'm good. If I get injured, there's no consequences. My money is guaranteed.
I'm 200 million up. I'm good.
Yeah, the owners and the guys that's running the joint, they ain't saying nothing. Oh, nah, we good. Shit is sweet, bro. Sweet.
And it's not just the players. That's why I really got to double down on this too, Flea. The fact that Popovich did do that and say that he benched, Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker. That was one thing, but there's a clip with Steph Curry saying, "You think I don't want to get in the game? They're sitting me down." So the whole scientific side, the medical side of it, is not the player taking advantage of it. Like arguably is going on with Kawhi Leonard. Steph Curry saying, "I want to go play, and they're stopping me." He said it but so many times. So if the players are choosing not to play, and the owners and the front office have an option for them not to play, there's no checks and balance. Nobody's looking to check each other. That's another problem with this. The competition is being lost because of it.
So let me ask y'all something. Maybe we can finish with this. There's a list of guys that are normally talked about when we talk about what if. Like there's always a what if with Grant Hill, a what if with Penny Hardaway, a what if somewhat with Derrick Rose. Some people try to throw in T-Mac. People try to
Brandon
Roy. They try to
to
throw in a lot of guys. Obviously, we could go deeper.
Jamal Mashburn, it's a lot of guys.
Greg Oden, Jamal Matt. There's a lot of guys, right, that come from the era that we love. Load management is a part of that era. Are those guys' careers different? Could Baron Davis maintain a higher peak if there was load management? Does Steve Francis avoid the knee injuries? Does Amari Stoudemire? I'm just, certain guys that wanted to play all the time, unfortunately sometimes get rushed back. Would that have benefited our era with certain greats?
That's a great question. Now, rushing back to me is totally different. To me, that's a separate topic. I don't think nobody should rush back. So, that's on the team, right? But what you just said, Flea, was great. But then when you flip the coin, what about how many guys can we say that did play every game, that didn't get hurt, that had great careers? You know, so I get what you're saying, but you know, if you're injury prone and you can't help and it's out of your control, then we can't do nothing about that. But you know, if there's a way that you can take care of your body, eat right, work out better, maybe practice a certain way to stay a little more healthier, then these guys have to do that. LeBron figured that out. There's guys that figured that out. Guys like AC Green, guys like Dennis Rodman, guys like it's some guys that figured it out. Maybe they just some type of specimen, pause that, whatever that is, but they figured. Kevin Garnett said after the game, he would see Dennis Rodman running on an incline in combat boots.
After the game,
Like,
OG. And he said that's how you got prepared for back-to-backs.
Look at guys like Karl Malone. Look at guys like John Stockton. So it's plenty of guys that were stars that didn't get hurt. And if they did, they took their time, came back full strength, 100%, and right back to it. So that was a great point, Flea. But you know, some of those guys you named, I think their injuries, I don't think it came to them not being able to low manage. Sometimes it's just unfortunate. But my thing is, look at a guy like Allen Iverson. Lay it all on the line. I love this shit. I'd die for this shit. Guys like KG, guys like Jordan, guys like Kobe. There's guys out there, man, that you could just tell. Some of these guys now, and I'm going to pass it to Fabian. The game is so messed up that when games come on, you don't know if the star player is going to play.
I hate that.
Like back in the days when Chicago played New York, oh, you know everybody playing. Wait, that ain't even a question. Now, you watch the Phoenix Suns, Fabian, you got to pray and hope. Is Bill or Booker playing? Is KD playing tonight? It's a problem, man. It's a problem.
Yo, the more you say that, the more I'm wondering if gambling has something to do with it, because it's better if I'm the bookie that you don't know.
Hey, we're gonna finish off with conspiracy, Fabian, y'all. Hold on, let him cook.
That's right.
Go ahead, Ray.
Where's my music at?
Go ahead, Ray.
It's better as the bookie that you don't know who's playing. And I just feel like it sounds like a big conspiracy, but it ain't that hard to pull off. It just isn't, because I don't see a reason for this, especially as an owner. If I'm about to pay you $100 million, how can you tell me no? I'm not saying to go be Diddy. I'm saying, how are you gonna tell me no? What are you talking about? I see you practicing every day. You look fine to me. What are you doing walking around here? I'm not saying, like, I don't, going back to your question though, I don't know if it would have helped the Steve Francis of the world, because the only people I ever think about when you guys say the injuries and stuff like that, and the correct surgeries and the surgeries they've gotten that have improved, Grant Hill, Penny, Derrick Rose, Brandon Roy, because I like Baron Davis, I like Steve Francis, I like some y'all, they weren't dogs to me. Derrick Rose, I keep bringing him up for a reason. Damn, if anything could have changed for him, that's a guy we know for a fact would have been out there going bananas, hard. Like he hated the Heat, man. That's what it, because I love Penny Hardaway, I love Grant Hill, but they didn't give off the competitive vibe. Derrick Rose was yamming it on the Heat, smaller than all of them. He was like Iverson, but better. That's the guy. When you say the load management, if they gave him more rules, I don't think there's anything he could have done about that. His personality was to go, like
you got. I would cringe anytime Derrick Rose is coming down to hit the ground, like to hit the floor in his prime, because it was so much power. It was so much torque. It was like he go up to the rim, he's trying to snatch the rim up, and when he's coming down, it feels like he's coming down with so much weight, right? Like so powerful. So I don't think he could have did anything different.
I feel the same way about John Morant. He has to be careful, how he goes up in the air, because these guys are coming down, like you said, very hard. But let me just say this real quick. Look what Michael Jordan did. See, instead of low manage, you get your body strong and you change your game. Remember, in the beginning, Mike was getting beat up, going to the basket. You know what he did? I'm going to get a fadeaway jump shot. And I'm going to get a jump shot. And I'm going to physically get stronger to absorb some of this punishment. Some of these guys, Flea, got to learn how to change their game a little bit. See, it works for Russell Westbrook. He's 100% all day. So some guys, it's just some type of specimen to where, you know what I'm saying? They could just run up and down, fly up, and it is what it is. And it looks like Russell Westbrook physically takes care of his body, right? But some of these guys, Flea, like, you know, Derrick Rose, which, you know, retired, great career. Sometimes you have to say to yourself, okay, I can't be flying in the air like that because I could come down wrong. Let me change my game a little bit. And to me, that's what Jordan did. He was a totally different player from the 80s until he started winning. And like he said, he got in the gym, worked out, and next thing you know, he's on the post more. Of course, he gonna still get to the basket and bang it on you, but now he can physically take that punishment. So, you know, I just feel also having the right trainers, management, assistant people around you to help you understand that. And to me, that's where that IQ comes in at. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, you know what? Let me change my game a little bit.
You got to know your body. You know, I bring up Bradley Beal all the time. First couple of seasons for Brad Beal, he couldn't stay on the floor. Couldn't stay healthy. Why couldn't Brad stay healthy? I feel like he figured out his body, right? And then he just went on a stretch with the Wizards that was like, oh, damn, okay. This nigga's the real deal, right? So, you know, sometimes it's just you got to figure it out on the pro level. Like, we ain't playing amateur. We're not playing high school. Like, this is the pro level. So you got to figure out the things you need to do to keep your body in tip-top shape.
Are we live?
Big Flea, never the little one.
You know who that was.
Ball suckers.
You know who I be.
Before we go,
Fabian said you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here.
Tomorrow, the NBA season starts. Hit that like button, everybody. Share, subscribe. But tomorrow, we are on 6 p.m. Eastern. 6 p.m. Eastern. We will have a promotion video where now we'll be Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, right before the NBA games start. Oh, man, it's going down. Tomorrow, everybody tune in. 6 p.m. Eastern time, YouTube Live. We're going to be discussing the doubleheader. Knicks, Boston, Minnesota Lakers. The NBA is back, baby.
Back,
Lord
baby.
have mercy.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.